What's up, psychedelic investors? My name's James, and in this episode, I'm going to talk to you about why I'm more excited about MindMed's 18-MC treatment for opioid addiction than I am for the 2 LSD treatments to treat anxiety and adult ADHD. But first, if you enjoy this video, invest in the channel with your like and subscribe. It will help grow the channel, and you will see a return in the form of receiving quality information on the psychedelic medicine sector. And stick around until the end for a fun fact. So, most of my viewers will be familiar with MindMed's 3 main Phase 2A studies, but for those of you who are not, I'll briefly summarize. First, we have LSD to treat anxiety, codenamed Project Lucy. In Lucy, patients are given a hallucinogenic dose of LSD by a therapist. Then the patient undergoes a special psychotherapy, the protocols of which MindMed is developing. There is some data to back up that LSD may be very effective in treating anxiety, but we're going to have to wait until we get clinical trial results to be sure. And the market size for treating anxiety with medication is estimated by MindMed to be around $4.5 billion annually. Next, we have LSD microdosing to treat adult ADHD. There are lots of issues with current treatments for ADHD, particularly the use of amphetamines like Adderall, which are addictive and can have long-term consequences. There's also a lot of anecdotal evidence, though as yet no clinical data, that show microdosing to increase focus, decrease anxiety, increase creativity, and improve mood. And these happen to be the issues that people with ADHD need help with. So once MindMed completes their Phase 2 trials, we'll have the first real data on microdosing, the trend that is famous among billionaires and thousands of Redditors who swear it has changed their lives. And I suspect if these trials come back successful, it will be the first of many microdosing to treat X malady studies that we will see. And just quickly, MindMed estimated the drug market for ADHD treatment to be around $9.1 billion annually. Finally, we have 18-MC to treat addiction. 18-MC is a proprietary derivative of the extremely hallucinogenic drug ibogaine, which has been shown to have healing effects on those suffering from addiction. 18-MC, however, is not hallucinogenic. They're entering Phase 2A trials this quarter, and I am so psyched to get some preliminary data. MindMed estimates the substance abuse market to be around $40 billion. Alright guys, so I'm going to talk a little bit about why I'm most excited about 18MC, more so than their other trials. Before I do, however, be warned, you are now entering the speculation zone. Pretty cool, right? I got into a little bit of hot water before for my speculations, so from now on I will try to keep my speculations to the speculation zone. So everything I say next is strictly my opinion and based on my own thought processes. It is not investment advice, and if you disagree, let me know why in the comments. If you more than disagree and you feel that you have proof to the contrary, please drop the links in the comment section. I'd love to have my mind changed. So first, and perhaps paradoxically, I think that there is a higher probability of the LSD trials being successful than 18MC. I say this just because there is a large body of evidence, both clinical and anecdotal, that supports the idea that LSD, when used properly, can have tremendous mental health benefits. 18MC, on the other hand, is a much newer compound, although it was first synthesized in 1996. And just because of the fact that it is newer, that means there is less public data on it, and therefore I am less certain of it working. I'm not saying there is any reason to doubt it, just less data requires higher skepticism. Which is why we're going to have to wait until data is released on Phase 2A trials, and then hopefully it's Phase 2B and Phase 3 trials. So, if I personally believe that there is a higher probability of the LSD trials being successful, why am I more excited about their 18MC treatment for addiction? And here I want to clarify that I'm more excited for it from the perspective of a shareholder. As a citizen and a person dreaming of a better world, I am equally excited for both. The reason is, 18MC is a proprietary compound, meaning if it is successful, other companies can't just sweep in and copy MindMed. Only MindMed will have the ability to produce and sell 18MC. If it is much more effective than current methods to treat addiction, which as we have covered before is not that effective, MindMed could have a monopoly on the treatment. LSD, on the other hand, is more in the public domain. From how I understand it, it is not particularly difficult for scientists in a lab to make, and if MindMed clinically proves that LSD has tremendous healing benefits for ADHD and anxiety, other companies may just copy it. Sure, MindMed may be able to patent specific regimes, but in general I would predict that once it is proven beyond a reasonable doubt that LSD works, the floodgates would open and other companies will pour billions of dollars into their own research and their own regimes. Now, of course, MindMed will still get a first mover's advantage and may become the leader in this field, but they won't be without competition. Even if LSD works and MindMed is the only company using this treatment, there is evidence to show that psilocybin mushrooms and MDMA may both also be alternatives. For example, Compass Pathways is currently running a phase 2b study looking at the effects of psilocybin on depression, and if that is shown to work, which I expect it to, it would be a natural expansion to test psilocybin on anxiety. And, as LSD and psilocybin are extremely similar, if one works, we would expect the other two as well. So basically, even though I would assign a higher probability of the LSD treatments making it through the clinical trial process, as an investor, I am more excited for the potential of 18MC as it would position MindMed in a near monopoly state in treating addiction. And again, I'm going to stress that this will only be the case if their trials continue to progress and if there is solid data showing that. So what do you guys think of my rationales? Does what I'm saying make sense, or am I totally off base? Let me know. And now for the fun fact. Did you know there is lots of evidence that humans have been consuming psychedelic mushrooms for tens of thousands of years? How do we know? Well, from cave paintings like these. Why were ancient peoples consuming these substances? Did it play any role in the development of civilization or religion? These are very real, open questions. Well, that's all for today, guys. This is James from the Psychedelic Investor, signing out. I'll see you next time.